What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to South Sports. I'm glad that you could join us this evening. South Sports, if you don't know, is a Houston, Texas homer network. We'll be talking all sports, but only Houston. If you don't know, this is the Texans channel for South Sports, and if you want that Rockets, you want that Astros, make sure I'm giving y'all some Astros talk tomorrow, so y'all get off my ass. There will be Astros talk tomorrow. Hopefully Heck will be able to join me early tomorrow. We'll drop some Astros talk before we get into the Texans preseason game stream tomorrow. So make sure y'all are tuning in. So everybody can talk to you, Honcho. The Astros are balling out of control, Honcho, and you're not talking about the goddamn Astros. You're talking about the fucking Rockets and Westbrook. You're talking about the shitty ass Texans. You're not talking about the Astros, Honcho. They're about to do it again, Honcho. You better talk about. So I'm gonna give y'all some Astros talk, man. Astros conversation. We got some gentlemen from around joining us today. I'm trying to wait till one of the boxes get back full. But who we got, while we're waiting on box number 2, who we got joining us in the conversation today?
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, man, up here. It's been a minute since I joined the Sauce, but I'm back now. Give y'all my thoughts and opinions.
Already it's been quite some time since Mr. Man Up has been able to join us and for some good old conversation. Who else we got in the mix joining us this evening in the round?
You got your boy Third Coast Sports TV at the building. Once again, let's go ahead and get this conversation kicked off, man.
Already. Who else we got in the mix joining us tonight, man?
I'm pulling the goddamn Roman and shit. I don't even know how I'm doing that shit. Goddamn, I'm so grown for that shit. But anyways, it's your boy Waz in the mix. Y'all know where to find me. Y'all can go subscribe to my goddamn channel. I need 10 more subscribers. It would be greatly appreciated to get me to 400.
But here's the deal, man. Look, if we can get Wise need 10 more subscribers. There's no excuse. The channel, the link is in the fucking chat, okay? So the link is in the chat. I'm going to repost it right now. This man is at 390. He kept trying to get to that 400. If we get to Wise, I'm going to shoot everybody 100,000 sauce, man.
Some hater got me to 600, and then somebody must have didn't like how I said something and unsubscribed, so I'm back at 559.
Fuck it. It be like that sometimes, man. No excuse. There go the link right there, man. Let's get 10. And Wise, if we can get Wise to the 10 more subs to get to 400 by the end of this stream, I'm gonna give everybody 100,000 sauce. Everybody in the stream. Let's see who we got joining us tonight, though, man. I see we have shout out to D Rich, aka Texas Palace, man. If you ain't following Texas Palace on Instagram, man, when you bullshitting yourself, like I tell you, Sauce, we gonna talk about it. We gonna give you the news. We just may be a little bit late with it, but if you need that up to date, on point Texas info, man, make sure you follow Texas Palace on the gram. So shout out to D Rich, man. Let's see what else we got. I see Big Ox, Adrian Clark in the motherfucking building. Thomas Brown, what's the motherfucking deal? Man Cave holding down the chat and the motherfucking round. That's what's happening. Victor Ayala, what's the motherfucking deal? Mr. Killer KB, what's the motherfucking deal? Voodoo Child, one half of the greatest moderating couple in all the land. I'm glad you could join us this evening. Jimmy R, what's the motherfucking deal? Texan Boy, what's the motherfucking deal? AJ Houston, Lorenzo Wilson, what's the motherfucking deal? T Real, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. James Salone, what's the motherfucking deal? Master Race, Cool and Bird. Baylor, what's the motherfucking deal, man? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We definitely gonna talk about that. We got a couple things we're gonna discuss. We're gonna kind of talk about what to look for in tomorrow's game. Rio Santos, what's the motherfucking deal? The pregame and tomorrow's pregame show, so it won't be Sauce at 7 tomorrow. It'll be Sauce at 6, and we will have about an hour prior to the preseason game. And there won't be a post-game show. It's just a preseason game, so we're not going to do a post-game show. But we'll talk about it probably Friday. Actually, I'll let y'all know because Friday's schedule might be a little bit different, too. So I'll let y'all know exactly what the time frame on Friday's schedule is, too. But let's talk about it, man. So, The Texans, regardless of how you feel, I posted something on the gram. The same thing I showed on yesterday's stream with the statistics from the quarterbacks that we faced last season to the quarterbacks that we're facing this season. We didn't see a quarterback with a 100 rating at all last season. I think we're seeing 3 or 4 of them this season, just to start off. You know, people have various opinions. Some people said, "Oh, this is doom and gloom." Some people say, "Hey, if it start off early, that secondary don't get right, then it might be a problem." It's gonna start off early because we see Breeze out the gate, who a lot of people have ranked the Saints as the #1 team right now in the league, and y'all can go with the superstitions. Well, it's been 6 or 7 years since they won an opener. Well, we'll see. I'm not gonna go that way. I'm not gonna go another way. Akersong, Gilmore, what's the motherfucking deal? And DeMarkey, what's the motherfucking deal? But so my thing is this. Some people say, I don't see it's going to be a different, and some people say I do think it's going to be a difference in the quarterback competition that we're going to face. Well, until the season comes, we don't know. But one of those great quarterbacks in the league is one Aaron Rodgers. And I think that tomorrow in the preseason game, even though he probably only will get about a drive, maybe 2, depending on how they run it. They're going to want to keep him safe, keep him healthy. I think it'll be interesting to see who we trot out there on secondary, in the secondary. A lot of people have been talking about Roby's been balling out of control. A lot of people have been saying, hey, J. Joe's going to be your #1 guy. There's a name that got a lot of press this week, and that name is Lonnie Johnson. Lonnie Johnson made a couple of hits. I have no problem with that. I think most people who've played football have no issues with him, establishing a name for himself. He's trying to solidify himself on the team, and it's the fucking Packers. They ain't got shit to do. Doesn't give a fuck about them. But Lonnie hit some people, sat some people on their ass, and people were upset about it. And Bill O'Brien saying, "Hey, Lonnie, hey, man, hey, look, guys, you just can't come out here just hitting guys like this. Hit the showers early today, man." And then he kept him in the showers the next day because the man didn't dress out. He had his jersey on, but he didn't need him to suit it up. There wasn't no injury or anything like that. The guy just didn't dress out. So I personally said that I feel like that's going to hinder Lonnie Johnson's development with him being a rookie, being a second-round guy. And there's things that you can do against healthy competition that you can't do against your own teammates. And so I think that Bill O'Brien wasted an opportunity for whatever fucking reason he thought was sensible enough not to dress the man out, not to have – the reason you have joint practice is to see how you look against competition. But I guess he felt like that doesn't work for Lonnie. We'll start with Man Up, man. What are your thoughts on this first drive, more than likely? Because it'll probably only be about a drive, maybe 2. I know they're probably going to go a whole quarter. What do you expect to see from Aaron Rodgers and whomever the Texans decide to trot out there as their starting cornerback crew? And I guess safety too. You're going to see Reed and Gibson, I'm sure. But whoever they start out as their starting 2 corners, what do you expect to see from them going up against Aaron Rodgers tomorrow in the preseason game?
Well, what I expect to see, man, is I know Aaron Rodgers might play I think at most maybe 3 or 4 drives, if that. But what I expect to see in the short time that he's going to be out there, I expect for our corners to be super aggressive to take advantage of this opportunity against a top-notch quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. That's what I expect. Now, what I think is really going to end up happening, I think the Texans are going to play a little bit soft. And the reason why I'm saying I think they're going to do that is because I think Bill O'Brien wants to see what our zone going to be like against Aaron Rodgers. Because we all know Aaron Rodgers can, scramble out the pocket a little bit, gain you a few yards here and there with his legs. I know he's not known for doing that. But I do think with our secondary, that's what's going to end up happening. Now, with our front linemen, our front 7 or whatever, I think they're going to be a little bit aggressive on him. Just a tad bit. I know it's preseason, don't want nobody getting hurt or seriously hurt. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I really do believe that we need to see what this team is going to look like against a top-notch player like Aaron Rodgers. So I think with our secondary, I think they're going to play a little bit of zone against us. And I think with the front 7, I think it's going to be a little bit aggressive to try to see what it is that they can get done against Aaron Rodgers.
What are your thoughts, as far as this secondary and whoever gets tried out there, whether it's Bradley, because rumors are saying Lonnie might still play in the game, which is stupid. I don't know why you don't practice him, but then you play him. That he may still play in the preseason. Who do you expect to see get brought out there, and what do you expect to see versus them going against, if they get 1 or 2 drives going against Aaron Rodgers?
It's gonna be vanilla on both sides. I mean, we're not gonna see the Houston Texans play the best defense that they can, but then again, maybe they will, because last year they were running the scheme that we felt like they could have went on into the regular season. Felt like it's changed. You saw a lot of 4-3 fronts, a lot of overs. It was a lot of things that they were doing last season that got fans who were paying attention to the scheme specifically were very excited to see. And for me, for me, um, when it comes to the whole Lonnie Johnson, like Bill O'Brien is the biggest faggot in Houston. Like he's more homosexual than a homosexual himself. Like homosexuals don't even act the way that this man is acting right now. Like I've never known a man that coaches football to stop another man from doing his motherfucking job. Because if he wasn't doing his job, he would be out of here. And I'm not even gonna be surprised if a couple years from now he gets cut as a second rounder, because we're not gonna act like we ain't cut no second rounders before either. Hence DJ Swearinger. And he has the type of attitude about him that I like on the field and as a person, because he don't take no shit. I really love that. I like that. Like I don't like motherfuckers who passive aggressive, who want to sit here and be your friend and tell you whatever they want, and they got a lot of kick it. I can't stand motherfuckers like that, bro. Like those are weasels in my opinion, and they can't be trusted. The moment that they'll sail you up the river, trust me, they're gonna do it. And Bill O'Brien, if he remains on this roster for another 2 years, I feel like the next person who's gonna end up getting cut is gonna be similar to Deontay Foreman. But then watch the same people who were saying, "Oh, Deontay Foreman wasn't giving us all." The next person I'm projecting him to cut, Duke Ejiofor is up next. He's up next. I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it a year in advance. I'm saying it before this season even starts. He's next. So when he's not producing, when he's not doing what he's supposed to be, when he's not on the field and he doesn't get a chance, expect the same damn thing to be happening. So I don't know. As far as this preseason game, it's gonna be whatever it is. I mean, it's a preseason game, and then it's the first preseason game. The first preseason game is always whack anyway. So what are we really going to see outside of? I really just want to pay attention to the corners and the O linemen. Everybody else, I'm not even really worried about, to be honest.
And that's what I say, it's only going to expect to see it from the first drive or two. I don't believe Watt is even playing because he got to popping wheelies on that little kid's bike and then fucked his groin up and shit. That's not true. Don't say Saw Sports is saying that fucking Watt was riding wheelies. I'm just talking shit. But he did hurt his groin in practice, so he's going to be out. That's why he didn't practice the rest of this week. And that, that he won't be playing in the game. They're going to try to heal him up. Y'all got to learn when I'm being sarcastic. Y'all got to learn when motherfuckers being serious. Y'all be taking shit and running with it, saying motherfucker said some shit that was a fucking joke. Wise, man, your thoughts. What do you expect to see in those first couple of drives, if it's more than one drive, between the Texans secondary and Aaron Rodgers? Would you take the, I don't know if you would take the over or under, what would you call it, but do you expect Aaron Rodgers to score on the Texans secondary or the Texans in that first or second drive?
He might, yeah. I mean, I'll automatically take the over. I'm pretty sure if we go back to the video for the pregame show against that playoff game against the Indianapolis Colts, I said that Andrew Luck was going to dissect our defense. So Aaron Rodgers is better than Andrew Luck. So the same thing is going to happen. Nobody can cover Devontae Adams on our defense. Nobody. Possibly J. Joe. But J. Joe shouldn't be playing the first preseason games. If I see J. Joe in the first preseason game, I'm going to be highly upset. I'm going to tell you that right now. When it comes to Bill O'Brien and this Lonnie Johnson situation, it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart so bad. Like, I'm like, what kind of soft-ass bullshit I ever seen in my life? We got this whole mentality. And it's not even that the team has took on the mentality of Bill O'Brien. It's the city that's taking on the mentality of Bill O'Brien. And that's a fucking shame. Because where I come from, ain't no bullshit niggas surrounding me. I don't know where all these wimps came from that moved into Houston. I know that Houston been getting a lot of new immigrants, new people coming from Chicago, California. Y'all need to stay y'all ass in Chicago with that weak ass shit. Y'all need to stay y'all ass in Los Angeles with that weak ass shit. Get the fuck away from Houston, because we ain't soft like that. I don't like that soft mentality. I don't like this, oh, you shouldn't be making a play on a guy. This is a rookie on rookie crime. You want to lay that nigga come? He want to come around come across the middle in practice against me, nigga. I'm gonna lay his ass out. Especially if I'm a rookie that talk that talk. I know I gotta prove what I say on the field, what I say on Twitter on the field, and I know that I'm coming for a starting position. I want to make an impression on the coaching staff. I'm gonna do everything it takes to make sure my name get out there. And I respect Lonnie Johnson on that. And you've seen that when they reposted the Instagram photo with him standing over him, fans were like, oh man, this is unacceptable. This is bad. We should cut him. He's not worth the pick. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Then you see guys, Deshaun Watson praising him. You see Titus Howard praising him. DeAndre Hopkins, Kiki QT praising him. I mean, you see all these guys praising him. So I mean, I'm glad that we still have some dogs in the locker room, but they all gotta go out there and they gotta ball out. Like I said, fuck this guy Bill O'Brien. I'm tired of Bill O'Brien. I'm tired of seeing his face. I'm tired of even mentioning this guy's name because it's starting to fucking irritate me. It's a shame when every other fan in the fucking NFL makes fun of your head coach. Every other fan. In the division, I got Titans fan disrespecting me talking about Bill O'Brien trash. I got Colts fan disrespecting me talking about Bill O'Brien trash. I can't do nothing but agree with him. I can't do nothing but state the facts. I ain't gonna put dirt on my name. I'm gonna tell him how it is. Bill O'Brien deserves to get traded. I said I'll trade that nigga for a G2 Gatorade, and that's it. That's all I'll trade that nigga for. Shit, he ain't worth nothing. But anyways, like Wink said, and like Muthaf said, you're gonna see a lot of different coverages in the secondary. I want to see what Aaron Cohen's going to do. I've been hearing his name on the hot seat that they can possibly cut him, even though he has $10 million on the books. So that would be interesting that you paid this guy all this money the year prior and then you release him after one season. I mean, that seems like a testing situation to me, but that's all I want to say. I'm going to be looking for Aaron Cohen to see if he can step up. And I'm going to be looking at Lonnie Johnson. And also shout out to AJ Moore because I've been seeing some videos online of him making some plays, but and I've been hearing hype about him, so I got to see it to believe it.
I'm glad that you made that point, looking at some of these guys kind of, in the further down the depth chart, if you will. First, I must address the G2 Gatorade. I mean, so you willing to trade O'Brien just for some players to get rehydrated in this Texas heat? I mean, is it that bad? Just a little some electrolytes? You want to trade O'Brien for some electrolytes? God damn. Okay. It's bad out here in these streets. Okay, a couple of things, man. You mentioned AJ Moore. You mentioned Colvin. It's very interesting that you said that because I often say it's not about what they are saying, it's about what they're not saying. I have not heard any talk about Aaron Colvin from anyone this offseason, from none of the pundits, none of the certified, none of the, anything. None of them. I have not heard anyone say anything about Colvin. And again, you put a heavy investment into this man, a solid investment, money that could be going to Jadeveon Clowney, in my opinion, and you got nothing. I mean, you have heard nothing from him. No standout, no anything. I find it odd. So that's definitely very interesting. So as we talk about looking down that depth chart, you're going to see some of these younger guys get a little bit more time to play. You're going to see some of these younger guys get their opportunity to shine. Who are you looking forward to seeing? And we'll start with Wise and work our way back around. Who is it, aside from AJ Moore you mentioned, who is it that you're looking forward to seeing get a shot, a chance to prove themselves, against some quality competition that's on this tech? I mean, either side of the ball, doesn't have to be defense, offense, whatever it may be. Who are you hoping gets some extended time, and who are you looking to watch?
That's a good question. I mean, first of all, I want to see who's going to step up at that number 2 running back position because, I mean, who's the number 2 running back? I don't think nobody on this round table, nobody in the Texans organization know who's the number 2 running back. I don't think nobody in Houston know who the number 2 running back on this roster right now. So that's key right now. I want to see one of those possibly younger guys step up because I heard they got this guy in, I think his name is Tywan Jones, 6-year running back out of Buck. I don't want to see no old-ass running back as my number 2 running back. I don't want to see Alfred Blue as my number 2 running back. That is unacceptable. Why would you not get a guy that has higher ceiling, that has the better opportunity for growth, the guy with more speed, the guy that can make the cuts, the guy that can make plays. We need a scat back, like I said in the chat yesterday. We need a bruiser on this team. We need somebody that can run niggas over because we don't got that on this roster. I mean, Lamar Miller is a average back. He can do everything for you, but he doesn't do anything that stands out. I don't look at Lamar Miller and just be like, oh, man, Lamar Miller remind me of Arian Foster. No. So my key point is looking at that guy for the for the second running back position and also the fourth wide receiver position. Because there's been reports that, not reports, Bill O'Brien said it himself. He don't even know if we're going to carry 4 receivers on this year's 53-man roster. He said, they asked him about Vincent Smith, and he says, I don't know who's our fourth receiver. Vincent Smith might not be our fourth receiver. So who's going to be our fourth receiver? I don't know. That's another position I'm looking at. When it comes to tight end, I want to see Kahale Warren. I have to see Kahale Warren. There's been a lot of hype. This guy has raw talent. He came from water polo. I want to see what he got to do. I want to see both of those two rookies on the offensive line when it comes to Max Sharpen, when it comes to Titus Howard. I want to see what they can do. I know Matt Sharpen can do what he can do. I already know when we drafted Matt Sharpen, I said this guy's going to be solid. And I'm going to stick to that. If he winds up being trash, I'll stick to it. Fuck it. I never back down on my takes. And I'm going to eat my crow like a man, not like some of these dudes in the chat. And then on the defensive side of the ball, I want to see Jamal President. Even though we cut Deontay Foreman and picked up Jamal President, I like what President did in the preseason last preseason and last training camp, and also a guy, Xavier Woodson, the middle linebacker.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I want to see what it is that they saw in President to bring him back. That was worth the cut. And if he makes it through the preseason, it'll be very interesting. All right, Wink, your thoughts, man. Who is it that you're looking to see, or who are you going to be watching? Not even necessarily looking forward to watching, but who is it that you're going to be watching tomorrow when it comes to the preseason game? Who do you have your eyes
on? Kiki, Kiki Fuller. I want to see this running back situation. It ain't really no running back situation, but just to see who else can step up, man, because there's too many people out here who should make this roster, but it's already looking like, well, damn, somebody that could step up that's showing and proving their worth could end up getting cut just like they do every season. It's always a player that the Texans players be in clear consensus that, like, yo, this dude need to make the team. Doesn't make it. Charles James, prime example, when he was supposed to make it, and we keep Jamal Rowe. Now, I do understand Jamal Rowe, the season prior, was putting in work with Darryl Morris and a few other guys when we led the league and take